Across the Spiderverse. Check this one out. Across the Spiderverse is a big fucking sequel. Like, Into the Spider-Verse was an hour 45, hour 50. In, out, complete character arcs. The music was fucking pumping. The energy was there. The animation. They do everything. They notch it up like fucking crazy.
Mm.
So this is like the sequel with an hour tacked onto it.
Jesus.
And yeah. And it expands the world. The character work is there. You love everyone that's kind of in the piece. The music is good. Metro Boomin does a really good job. The songs are really cool. But then because the songs are so sort of synced, like they're almost tailored for the scenes and whatnot. You don't get as much of the Daniel Pemberton score that I think made the first one so strong, because that was heroic as fuck and unique to Miles.
Yeah.
Which was also, I think, like a little bit trumpet led because of Miles Davis. I do feel that by the end of the movie, it ends so abruptly at a place that just didn't feel so even to end it. Because we're talking almost like a Reloaded Revolutions Matrix type setup.
Yeah.
Because the next one comes out in 9 months. And where the Matrix Reloaded ended was a natural place to kind of end it. To pick things up in Revolutions.
Yeah.
With Neo sort of plugged in but unplugged in the Matrix.
In the coma, yeah.
Yeah.
With Smith next to him.
Yeah. Whereas this, I feel like they could have finished off the bit that they're kind of ramping up and then left Miles in a much different place than what he's in now. It's interesting, but I don't know. I don't think where it's going to start in the next one will be as interesting.
I think for me, like 100%, you're right. But the biggest issue I have is that when you don't have a crescendo to sort of give you the gratification of going through the film, it does fall pretty flat. Like I still enjoyed the movie, but it was just, there was no like end boss fight or anything like that to sort of cap it off so we can have a bit of time to sort of collect ourselves to move into the next film.
Yeah.
There was no Superman fight. What do they call it? Burly Brawl?
There kind of was. There was a sort of, there was an extended chase.
Yeah.
That ends up being that sort of big boss level fight.
Right.
But where, like, it slows down before it actually ends.
Yeah.
So you sort of, it's more focused on the tension, and that last 20 minutes is very focused on setting up the next movie.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say the last 20. It felt like the last near 40 minutes of that movie was all set up.
True. Yeah. It sounds like a lot of disappointment and hate. It's not. I just can't give it its full flowers until I see that second part.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's only 9 months away. I will say though, Oscar Isaac fucking kills it in this movie.
Yeah.
His Spider-Man 2099 is beautiful. The setup and everything. Even that was a little bit weirded out because he himself is a universe jumper, right? But then he finds a universe where he had a family, but he died. So he kind of slips right in there. Yeah. And then, like, there's events that kind of happen, and it just breaks him. But from that, you kind of get introduced to the Spider-Man lore. And this is the only Spider-Man movie and multiverse movie that sort of connects all the Spider-Man stories together, which I loved. Like, it goes live action, animated, games, cartoons, Lego, like everything. Everything Spider-Man related is connected here. We get beautiful Easter eggs. We get like these mad flourishes and whatnot, and things that you didn't think would be a major focus, they make a major focus. There's a big set piece in Mumbattan which is if Manhattan was combined with Mumbai.
Man,
And it is fucking sick. And that
Yeah.
Spider-Man is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the Indian Spider-Man
Yeah.
is nuts.
Yeah. He kills it. I do have to admit though that the introduction to Miles now was really good as well at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
And like it does really lend to the the empathy towards the Spider-Man multiverse as a whole, to see
Yeah.
that he still falls in that same those same footsteps of having to balance his personal and his Spider-Man life, which was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I thought like what they did between movies, like showing that progression was really, really mad. Because it's been a couple of years. So
yeah.
where you think the end credits are in well, it hasn't been a couple of years, it's been like a couple of months, but where you see the end credits, oh sorry, the post credits in Into the Spider-Verse is they fill in that gap as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's not that night. It's like a while back. The
Mhm.
animation that they tailor per setting. So Gwen's world, which is like watercolors, is different from Mumbattan, which is different from 2099's animation style. This is nuts. And seeing that on the big screen, they're able to do things that I think should have been in IMAX, where you have like two little Spider-Men there in like the corner and just this big cityscape.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say. This is showing at the IMAX in fucking Melbourne.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking Oppenheimer is the only place. Like, sorry, Melbourne is the only place we'd be able to see Oppenheimer in 70mm in Australia.
I'm gonna have to take a flight.
Tickets go on sale 22nd of June.
Fuck it.
But yeah, overall, like Rob said, like there's not like no hatred towards this movie. It's still a solid film, but there's
Yep.
just a few things that could have been tweaked a little bit to make it feel more complete at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. I also like I also think that what was I gonna say? Like it's not as strong in comparison to Spider-Verse, to Into the Spider-Verse. It's not as strong
Yeah,
because it doesn't complete the arcs. And Spider-Verse just had a big up at the end, which like made you feel like Miles had earned through the journey. He had earned that mantle.
yeah,
My favorite part of that movie is what's his face though. When Uncle Aaron comes home and he starts playing Biggie,
yeah,
Yeah,
and then he turns his system, like the rest of his system on,
yeah.
and the bass hit that I get from that is next level, man.
yeah.
They
Fire.
play any Biggie? Is there any old school hip hop in here at all? Or is it all Metro? If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Beautiful morning.
It's funny
I-
you say. I
I
can't
think
remember.
there was a little bit like they have a party there.
Hmm.
They have a party in Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure there was I don't know if there's some
It's either J or Big.
old school.
What are we doing?
There was none of those actually.
Damn
I think I would have benefited nicely from that sort of shit.
it.
Yeah, I don't think there was actually. Thinking
Funnily
about
enough,
it now.
sorry, dog. Funnily enough, there is a bloody thingy. There's a Nas track that's in here, but it's just like the Metro Boomin soundtrack that plays. Like it's a
Yeah.
new Nas track that plays.
Yeah.
How's that? Nas on a bloody what's his face in a Marvel movie. I love it.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Hip hop turns 50 this year as well. Sprite had a really cool commercial where it's Rakim, Lotto, and Nas.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's mad.
Check that out
Because
after.
they're rapping what's his face hip hop delight.
That's mad.
that's the other thing as well. To be honest, Across the Spider-Verse doesn't have those I don't know what's the best way to put it, like a cinematic moment, like Miles falling upside down in Into the Spider-Verse. I feel like it didn't have one of those like moments in this movie.
Yeah.
That song makes that scene so bad.
Yeah. What's Up, Danger?
Yeah,
That goes hard every
my
time.
nephew's
Fuck
song.
But
Yeah. Let's get it. Anime Kona trees.
All right. So Demon Slayer. This episode was called